ここで終わるのか。
モットーであります。クンス普段世話になっていてもここは譲れないであります。
Hi Koonies, this is Koon. The long wait for Granblue Fantasy Versus is almost over. You're now watching the footage of its closed beta version, hot and fresh. Today I'm going to show you some features in Granblue Fantasy Versus. There are so many things I would like to talk about. I'm super excited because everyone knows that I'm such a big fan of Granblue Fantasy story. But I don't want this video to be overwhelming, so I will break my closed beta experience into two parts. First, in this video, we will look at its interface, character, graphic, gameplay, and some issues. I will show you some very exciting moments we all have been waiting for. It is going to be a fascinating journey. Meanwhile, I will also share you my personal views in the second video, which is going to be uploaded in the next 1 or 2 days. I will tell you how did I feel when I was playing Granblue Fantasy Versus, how good was the controlling, etc, etc. We will cut and slice every detail together to make sure there's no stone unturned. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm playing Granblue Fantasy Versus on PS4 Pro. The closed beta test can only be played exclusively on PS4. First of all, the menu of Granblue Fantasy Versus is clear-cut and very easy to explore. The feeling is kind of refreshing and the whole layout and atmosphere is very similar with the Granblue Fantasy mobile game we all know. The most identical feature is the menu buttons on the left. We can only play online mode in the closed beta. Some offline contents are not available at this moment. I believe this includes solo story mode, ranking or tournament mode, or probably training and local fighting modes, which you can play with a friend on the same screen. If you choose to play online, after you have finished selecting your region and lobby, you'll be sent to the online lobby screen. You can also select your avatar and character here. The avatars are really cute, especially Charlotte. You will see rows and rows of arcade stations once you get into the lobby, powered by Primal Beast and also your gacha money. One lobby is able to accommodate 64 players. You can change your lobby anytime you want if you find it to be too crowded or lonely. Just take a seat in front of any arcade stations and then you're good to go. You can also communicate with other players using stickers, short phrases, and of course chat if you're comfortable to type with controller, but that's not my cup of tea. Once you get into the battle, you'll be greeted by a short opening animation, which I think is really cool to see your favorite characters come to life.
なんだかとても深い闇を感じる。ルリア、目を合わせちゃダメだ。
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
There are some very standard setups like HP bar and the OE gauge beneath it. There are also 4 special icons below the HP bar, and they are actually something like skill buttons we used to see in Granblue Fantasy mobile game. The purpose of these icons is to indicate the cooldown of your skills, which also means there is no skill spamming in Granblue Fantasy Versus. About the graphic of this game, I'm very happy and simply amazed at how they present the game in 2.5D. The graphic is absolutely gorgeous and stunning, especially the chain attacks. Every time I get to cast a chain attack, my feeling was like, wow, I didn't expect chain attack in Granblue Fantasy to be this impressive and heart-shaking when it comes to a fighting game.
Finish.
これが定めなのか。すまないな。私には譲れないものがある。私には守ると。
The character designs perfectly reassemble the characters we know from Granblue Fantasy. Everything is so detailed and exquisite, even the backgrounds, I mean the fighting stages in the game, and also the ending screen, etc. This is something beyond my expectation. I think Cygames and Arc System Work did a great job in bringing Granblue Fantasy to a whole new level.
とてもいい鍛錬になった。
We can only use 5 characters this time in the closed beta test. From what you can see in my footage, we have Gran, Katalina, Lancelot, Charlotte, and Ferry. Ferry the Ghost Girl is my favorite. I know you know why, and you know I know why, because we are all men of culture, even though I have yet to master her moves. The developers will certainly unlock more characters in future. How many of them exactly? It is difficult to answer, but we all know that Granblue Fantasy, which was launched 5 years ago, has over 500 characters. I think it's around 560 at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, including those of different versions and elements. And this is just a part of the iceberg. We didn't even talk about summons and other non-playable or not yet playable characters in Granblue Fantasy. So that's why I see a very promising future for Granblue Fantasy Versus. If they decided to introduce one new character for this fighting game every week, it would take them more than 10 years to empty their character bank. This is simply amazing. During the closed beta test, I only encountered 2 problems. First, the setting menu of the game would randomly pop up and bring you back to PS4's main menu. I have no idea what is the reason of this problem, but it happened pretty often in the middle of fight on the first day. It seems like some buttons, when you press them together, it would accidentally trigger the menu and tap you out from the game. Secondly, I also observed some random FPS drops in the game, especially during the opening animation. The graphics seems to be laggy, however, this is not a major problem because it doesn't affect the fight at all. I would also like to take this chance to thank Lulu Yugu, a player I came across when I was playing the closed beta. He spent like more than half an hour to help discover the gameplay with me. We did several rounds of fighting, and we also did some stupid stuff together to try out skills and all the available characters. It was really fun and enjoyable. Thank you, Lulu. Since I have very limited time to try out the closed beta, I can only show you guys around and introduce you some basic stuff this time. I will go deeper into the gameplay experience in my second video, so stay tuned, don't miss it, especially for those who are into esports and fighting games, because as far as I know, Cygames is currently working with event companies from several regions to promote Granblue Fantasy Versus, and there is a very high possibility for them to roll out regional or international tournaments for this game. It is going to be a very big hit in the industry. Alright, that's all for this video. If you want to know more about Granblue Fantasy, remember to subscribe, ring the bell, and share this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.
あっちの子たちとも仲良くしたいところだが、そうもいかないみたいだな。驚いてるのか？大丈夫。全員まとめてしつけしてやる。